All right, a very good evening, everyone. I would like to request everybody to kindly settle down. We are all ready to begin. Everyone who's right here, I would request you all to kindly settle down. We are all ready to begin with this beautiful evening, and it's definitely going to be a very eye-opening and insightful evening for all of you, and that is what we are looking forward for. I would request everyone who's around to kindly settle down quickly so that we can begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to HP We Rise, an initiative to empower Indian businesses with cutting-edge technology and future-ready solutions.
Wow, I think this is definitely one of those things which is going to make you realize how AI is taking our lives. So the voice you just heard wasn't mine, and it was an AI generated voice that you just heard right now. And this is how we are trying to show you all that AI is taking over the world. Do you agree or do you agree? We need a little more energy. Okay, let me welcome you all. Let me greet you all in a little Tamilian manner. Apologies if I am not able to pronounce something wrong. If I am not pronouncing something right, I am going to apologize right now only. Vanakkam everybody. Right? This is right. So agar sahi hai, to can we please hear you all a little louder? Vanakkam everyone. Acha, everyone who's not saying yaar, please can you also say vanakkam once? It just sounds so nice to me for some reason. I don't know why, but okay. Can everybody tell me who all are already a little tired and a little exhausted because of work? Can you raise your hands if you're a little tired already? Nobody is tired, right? Let's see some energy from you people, okay? You simply have to sit where you're sitting and you have to tap the table. Ready? Yes, on the count of 3 to 1. I really want to hear that energy. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. No, the energy is very low right now. How do you say it in Tamil? Athiga Atral. More energy. Can we have more energy, please? Come on. That's lovely. So, this is definitely the best way of setting the tone for the evening. And whenever I think about South, I always think about two things. That is innovation and power. And that is what we are here with HP. We are here with HP in the same manner. We are going on the same tone because whenever we think about HP, we think about innovation. We think about future-ready ideas. And that is the reason we are here with We Rise. So just one more thing. I am going to say HP and I want you all to say We Rise. Ready? Yes? Is it too much I'm asking for? I know you guys are tired, but just a little bit, okay? HP? A little louder, come on. HP? Okay, thank you so much, that's lovely. So let me give you a little insight of HP We Rise, but I am not going to be talking about the story because we have somebody who's an extremely special person here with us who knows everything about the story, and he is going to be giving us an introduction of the evening also and at the same time address the gathering so that we all know about We Rise a little more better. So without any delay, I would want you all to give a huge round of applause and let me welcome on the floor Mr. Anil Chopra. Everyone, can we give a huge round of applause to Mr. Anil Chopra, who is the Senior Vice President and Research Editor at Cyber Media Research. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible at the back? Great, great. Well, thanks, Moon, for raising the energy level of the people here. And, you know, people are now awake and actually listening, so great to hear that. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Welcome to We Rise. You know, just to give you a quick introduction about We Rise, you know, it's a platform that has been created by HP to really talk about how do you really leverage digital innovations in your business, okay? What happens is that, you know, there's so many innovations that are happening that we probably many times don't have really the time or, you know, resources to be able to evaluate them, okay? So we created this platform called We Rise to kind of just talk about and help you understand it better, certain aspects that can actually help your business. So to give you an example, we've done We Rise in various cities before this. We did it in Pune for auto parts manufacturers, and, you know, we helped them understand how to do digitized manufacturing. We did it in Hyderabad for the pharma and chemical manufacturing cluster. to help them understand how to be more compliant with their R&D labs and all, because they cater to a global clientele, right? Every country has a different compliance requirement. So how do you really make sure that whatever you're producing is compliant as per the norms of that country? So how do you really use digital technologies to do that? Then we did it for startups in Bangalore and Delhi, who were funded and who wanted to understand how to scale up further. They reached a certain scale, now they want to know how to move to the next level. So we helped them understand, do that. Similarly, we did it in Jaipur, we did it in Vadodara, and now we are here finally in Coimbatore, which is, I think, also known as the Manchester of South India. Yeah? So I think, wonderful place, great entrepreneurial ecosystem, lots of innovations happening, city known for textiles, yeah, engineering, manufacturing, I think main industries. IT, I think now is booming in this city, right? I heard somebody that, GCCs are also coming up in this city. So there's some funding that has come and there is being set up for that. So great, a lot of energy in this city, a lot of new developments happening. But of course, the problems remain the same, right? How do you really evaluate technology? How do you really make sure that it can help your business? How, you don't have the resources for it because you're busy operationally managing so many things every day. What do you do? So this platform is set up because, and in this platform, we don't want to just tell you about hardware or software, because ultimately what you need is a solution, right? So we want to tell you about everything. We want to tell you about hardware, we want to tell you about software, we want to tell you about solutions. We want to give you perspectives on how it can specifically help different industries, real life examples of that. So, that's why you see there's a lovely demo zone that has been set up over here by HP, and they'll probably take you through some really great examples. Then we'll have a software demo. So a lot of things that we have crafted and created for you so that you actually have something meaningful to take away rather than just listening to sessions. You actually get to see some live demos on stage. So that's the intent of VRise. We want you to kind of take away something when you, have attended the entire event and, go back and learn something and so that you can apply it. That's, in a nutshell what VRise is all about. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find all the sessions useful. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much, and over to you, Mun.
Thank you so much, sir. Everybody, can we give a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. So, like sir has already mentioned the entire idea of the day, and we already have an itinerary in our minds now. So we have somebody really special with us right now. I'm going to be introducing him, and the moment I'm going to be introducing him, I would love to see you all giving a huge round of applause to him, because I have so much to talk about him, but I have limited time, so I'm just going to be getting a very brief intro of him right here, right now. So we have Mr. Ramesh Muthuramalingam with us, who's a first-generation entrepreneur. His 25 years old company, Alpha Craft, is a niche aluminium parts manufacturer. His company caters to top automotive companies and big brands in Germany, UK, USA, Mexico, Thailand, and Netherlands, to name a few. Mr. Ramesh is also a director, Foundry Development Foundation, and the past chairman of CII Coimbatore Zone, Aluminium Casters Association of India, and past president of Rotary Coimbatore Icons, and a major donor. Okay, that was a mouthful for sure. But like I just said, it's just a little bit to get started. This was definitely a very brief intro of an industry veteran we have right here with us, and who has the next session right here, because he's the keynote speaker with us. Can we give a huge round of applause, everybody, to Mr. Muthuramalingam, who's right here with us and who is going to be taking over for the next session. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Very good evening. At the outset, I would like to know how many people are from manufacturing industry here? Yeah, quite a few. Thank you. Okay. So I hail from Coimbatore, and I started this company when I was still doing my engineering. I never worked anywhere, absolutely. And we have been started with a small tool room to develop parts for some companies in Germany. And then we started exporting tools and moved on. We never had a vision. We just had been following whatever our customers wanted. So today, we have quite a few experts, and we have about 4 units, and we have about 65% exports right now. And our parts are being used in some large, big automotive companies like Aston Martin, Volvo, Porsche, and to name, we don't have many car companies in India. We have some two-wheeler companies like Ola Electric, okay? So we have been, our strength is manufacturing, okay? Our strength is manufacturing, and why I'm a first-generation entrepreneur. There is no one to look upon, okay? So we had to find our own way in developing things and improving, what do you call, the turnover, getting more customers from abroad. Many people ask, how do you get this customer from abroad, okay? Frankly speaking, we don't know, okay? See, first Siemens from Germany came to us, and then there was one guy who was heading that. He moved on to another company. From there, he gave me orders. And then one of his friends asked him, I need some castings for my company from India. And then he gave the number. That's how we have been moving. Okay, this is what. But, and having said that, it's not easy to cater to all of them because we are not really ready for it. So we had to really work on it to cater to their expectation, to their quality levels. Way back in late 90s, we were exporting die casting tools to Germany and that to Siemens. That was the time when from India, there was no engineering company was exporting anything abroad, leave alone Germany, okay? So one of the key things is we have been investing on technology. We were the first, today everybody knows about Pro Engineer software, but we are still a small company, but we were the first to buy Pro Engineer software in the whole country. So, and then we moved on to simulation software. We bought one Magmasoft from Germany. We were the first to buy Magmasoft in India. Okay, then, so we kept on investing on technology, so it really helped us in moving forward. Today, we have a lot of challenges, a lot of constraints today in running a manufacturing industry. Okay, how are we going to face those challenges? How are we going to mitigate these constraints, okay? There are a lot of things involved, okay? So one of them is we have been trying to digitize whatever we have, okay? So, so that it makes the job of our people much easier and lighter. They don't need to wait for everyone for information, okay? So one of the key things is digitization. We don't have any paper document in the shop floor anymore. Okay, so every program is loaded onto the machine, so it works. And if at all they need a drawing, what do? We have separate terminals in each and every department in the shop floor, every area with a large screen. And anybody wants to check the drawing, they can call out the drawing, but that will be recorded, who is calling out the drawing, okay? And they can call out, and they can check everything if at all they have a doubt, and then they can get satisfied everything is all right. And this is a very small kind of a digitization, okay? We had everything in the computer, and the computer was provided inside. They don't need to go to the computer is already right next to them, okay? These were the things we did. And then for automation you can do a lot, okay? But it has to be a viable automation. A small company can invest only so much, and a large company can invest any money. A public company can invest 80% on automation, okay? So, but how much we can invest? So we have invested, we have an aluminum casting foundry for 2 different processes, die casting and high pressure die casting, of course 3, sorry, low pressure die casting and gravity casting. So everything is automated. The pouring is automated, picking and placing is automated, keeping the sand core is automated. All these things are automated, okay? So it makes our job simpler. Why are we doing even the simplest thing of putting the sand core on the die during casting process? The problem is, here in Coimbatore, we are starved of people who can work in the shop floor. All of us have become engineers. So what do? We depend on Bihar, Orissa, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Assam, and such people to run the company here. And all these people, they don't work for more than 8 to 12 months, and then they go home. It's like for them, we used to work in Dubai and elsewhere in South India, and they only go for they accumulate so much of money. To spend the money, they go back home. Okay, this is exactly what is happening. Okay, 20 years back, it was not acceptable for us. We had to throw them out. Today, we are left to know the choice. But how long we are going to survive? Today, from UP, we are not getting people anymore because UP is developing very fast. We may not get people from Bihar after some time. So what do? So we have decided to go for automation. Wherever large amount of labor is involved, we have gone for viable automation, simple solutions, okay? And so how are we able to do it? Okay, so we invested, sorry, I don't have any pictures. I would love to show you pictures and videos, but unfortunately because of paucity of time, I couldn't bring them. Okay, so we have gone for all automation. Now, whether we have people or not, the production will happen. Whether Holi is being celebrated in Bihar or not, we still run it here. There was a time when 2 years back, we used to close down the company for 3 days for Holi. We don't celebrate Holi here, many of us, okay? But still, we were shut down because 80% of my shop floor people are from northern part of India. So we have gone for this, and after this, we find even one guy can manage 2 lines after automation. Okay, so we have gone for this kind of for complex data analytics. Whenever we have a problem, okay, so we don't know what went wrong. So we built on a section on data analytics just to record what are the historical data and check what went wrong, or what are the things which could have caused this situation. And we have this kind of, not many people, hardly 2 people are working on it, and they are continuously working on it to see to that the problems are sorted out. So artificial intelligence, okay, how are we going to use automation? We have just started utilizing it. I wouldn't say we are great in artificial intelligence. AI just come in, but we have started using it in many ways. For example, on the quality check spa. We have mapped all the defects. Okay, so the defects are mapped, and then we have a vision system which the conveyor runs through, and if there is any problem, defects, hydraulic or pneumatic arm pushes it to the rejection bin. Okay, this we have started using it, and we are using a lot more in many other areas. Probably next time, if at all we meet, then I can show you a lot more things, okay? There are about 5 people working on these things to the next one. So I think most of these things I already done it. A few things which I would have forgotten or missed out is like, for example, the manual, operation manual for the machines, inspection methods, the control charts, all those things are inside the shop floor. It's digitized, it's available for anyone, anytime, 24 hours. Okay. So what do? What is data retrieval is, time is almost nil. Except if he doesn't know where it is, how to retrieve it, we cannot do anything about it. They're all trained to retrieve it, and that's what it is. And improved collaboration. It's not just only the department knows where the data documents are. Everybody knows that, and they can check it themselves. They don't need to wait for the supervisor to come and help them out. So, and the elimination of physical paper. All that time we find on shop floor, the drawing is missing, people running either and the other, so that to find the drawing, or they go to the design department to fetch another one. So this is, we have, for the foundry, we have a separate system for pouring and automation. It's robots which are doing for the high pressure die casting, wherein the gantry automation is doing for gravity casting. Okay, so we need to adapt ourselves to the automation, and this is going to be really helpful because for gravity casting, we have about 3 machines on this side and 3 machines on side, and the furnace is at the center. This basically, if it's on one side, it takes a longer time for the gantry to move. The machines might be idling, okay? So we have at the center, and we have 2 furnaces filled with material, okay? Because whenever one furnace gets depleted, and then to fill it up, it will take about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. We don't want to wait, so we have another furnace which is already filled up and it's ready for it. So from this furnace, this moves on to this one, small things, subtle things, and if you do that, the automation will be successful. We are all scared of automation. If you know what can go wrong, and if you can work on it, I'm telling you, anybody can use this automation. Yes, of course, you have to invest on 2 furnaces. 1 furnace is not good enough. If you want your automation to be successful, find solutions rather than complaining about automation. I'm telling you, we have been benefited phenomenally because this automation, like our own people from the shop floor, it doesn't go for lunch, no tea breaks, no toilet breaks, and 1,440 minutes it works every day. And we talk about overall equipment effectiveness, OEE, it gives more than 85. The international standard is 85. I'm telling you, with automation, it's 95. It's possible. If you run it on Sunday, you can make it up, see to that it is, you're touching 100, okay? So data analytics, I already explained it, okay? So we have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive analysis, and prescriptive. So what is the role of manufacturing? Okay, even for decision making, we have started using a little bit of AI, okay? We have not automated it, but we have data stored in it to see to that whatever, see now we even know what kind of a people in even human resources, we have data where when this guy is expected to go home, okay? So we have data which month there is an attrition, there is an absenteeism. These are all documented, okay? So we are trying to find somebody who can provide us with a software which can help us to, using AI, to predict that how many people are going to leave or how many people are going to be the shortfall next month, so that we can rope in more people this month to ensure everything is done next time, okay? What are the advantages of this, okay? Now, this is few of the things which is relevant to this particular event I have spoken. There are a lot many other things which we have done. For example, in aluminum foundry, 99% of the people use fossil fuel-based furnaces. We don't have a single fossil fuel furnace. All are electric and induction furnace. People were scaring me, saying that don't go for induction. It doesn't work out even in Germany. But we are using induction furnace. We have a savings of about 28% energy savings. And how do we have it? We have data analytics. We have it, okay? So we have saved everything, and then everybody is talking about environment and all those things. Now suddenly we find when we say we don't have fumes in the foundry is clean as a machine shop. You can lie down on it, we can sit down on the floor and have your tea. When this is possible, and we find lot many inquiries. Earlier, we used to get inquiries. We don't have a marketing team. We always had inquiry on our table every week, okay? Now we find the size of the value of the inquiries are increasing. We find that the confidence level is growing, okay? So I'm sure 100% if you all go and start using all this digitization, data analytics, automation, and AI, and that's going to be the future. Whether you like it or not, that's the only way to move on. And if you keep on complaining that it is not required for us or it is going to be expensive, it's not so. Just try it out in a small way. I'm telling you, you'll be successful. You'll have tremendous amount of savings, and you will start enjoying it, and you find the orders flowing in because you can also invest a lot more because your rejection levels are lower, efficiency is more, you have a lot more cash at the bottom line available for you to reinvest. And if you have anything more to talk, if any of you wants to see what is happening in our company, you're always welcome to see that. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would like to request you to please stay back for a moment. So as a token of appreciation, we have a little memento for you, sir. And I would like to request, we have somebody again very special with us right here. Can we give a huge round of applause and welcome Mr. Ashish Agarwal, who's the Country Manager Commercial Channel at HP Inc. He's right here with us. I would like to request Ashish, sir, to present the memento to Ramesh, sir. So much, sir. Please be seated. Ashish, sir, I would like to request you to please stay back. So like I just mentioned, we have the best person right here who's going to be making us understand in a very, very casual and a very nice manner how future of work is going to be shaping business realities today, and how the way I was talking about HP and the way I was talking about innovations, this is what sir is going to give in his session right now. He's going to give away a lot of knowledge about the HP products and how we are also planning on innovating new things so that it's almost very easy for everybody to work well and shape business realities today. Everyone, can we give a huge round of applause once again to Mr. Ashish Agarwal, who is, like I just mentioned, our country manager, commercial channel at HP Inc. He's right here with us, and we are going to be handing over to you, sir.
I was just waiting for my turn to come, but the way you were talking, I thought I'm not going to get chance. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Great. Good to see you. And thank you so much for taking time out and making your valuable presence over here. I am well, and I lead the large enterprise business at HP India. I am based out of Gurgaon. The journey with HP is more than a 2 decade. I would have loved to share the context of why are we doing what we are doing in terms of the V-Rise format, but I think Anil has given a background. Sorry, there is a voice very inconsistent. Anil has given the brief background in terms of what are we trying to achieve with a V-Rise. And this is a classic example when your technology does not support what is the kind of an experience you can have, right? And here exactly we are talking about the employee experience. You can imagine the kind of a momentary irritation which I was going through because of the inconsistent voice. Imagine the situation if your technology does not support the employee for his day-to-day business work. What kind of a productivity you can expect? And it's a real-time example. Okay, but thank you so much for making this again. What we are trying to do is that the subject is a future of work. And most of the team members are actually going to spend time in terms of how the future will look like. But let's just take a step back and have a reflection for a moment. Everyone sitting in this room have gone through a 3 different era. Unfortunate incident which we have seen in the humanity called COVID. So let's look at the era as a pre-COVID era, COVID era, and the post-COVID era. And just think of, for a moment, that while the COVID is behind us, but the way we are working today, the way we are going to work in future, the way we have worked during the COVID time, are going to remain the same? Or it has changed? How many of you agree that it has changed? Most of us believe, right? It has changed. And trust me, it has changed forever. The way we engage, the way we collaborate, the way we work today, our working environment has changed forever. And now what has happened? That IT leader sitting in this room today needs more of a control because there are issues related to the data security and there are issues related to the device security. And what employee wants? Employee wants a flexibility. So there is a conflict. While the employee wants a flexibility, the IT leader needs a control. And how do you solve this issue? Because it's a very, very complex issue, right? You need a technology partner who can work with the IT leaders sitting in this room, who are not just providing a technology like a PC, printer, collaborative solutions, but they are really helping us to solve some of the business critical issues. Before I just come on the slide, Ramesh sir, thank you so much for taking time out here. And I was hearing your journey that you started the part manufacturing when you were doing your study. And it's a very impressive work because many of the time we keep hearing the manufacturing is generally lagging behind. And we are talking about Industry 4.0, smart manufacturing. And I was really amazed to see the kind of work what you are doing across the different workflow. Wherever there is a possibility, you have already implemented that technology. And no wonder that why you are ahead of the curve right now in the industry. Thank you so much for sharing us this insight with us. As I told you, that the employee wants a flexibility and the IT leader needs a control. Look at the research data, which is an HP internal research data, which says that the 74% of the workforce says that they don't have a right tools, technology in the space to perform their day-to-day work. 51% of the IT leader says that their jobs have become really complex. And hence, the outcome is the 71% of the IT departments are outsourcing and more. I was talking to one of the customer in Bangalore last week, and he made a very interesting point, and you will agree to a fact. Just think of what was an expectation from an IT manager few years back. If your organization has a device refresh cycle of 4 year or 5 year or 6 year, the expectation is that just make sure that you are refreshing a device at a right time. Your patch is updated in the system, and in case of device fail, you have a backup data available right now with you, or the device available, so that employee job is running right now. It is no more the case, right? The IT leaders are expected to manage the business continuity, whereas the employees are working from home, working from office, technically working from anywhere. And you can imagine that apart from the refreshing in IT devices, Mr. Ramesh was talking about the adoption of a technology, which is the biggest challenge. You have so many new technologies coming in the business vertical right now, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT. Imagine if you don't adopt this technology in your different workflows. So one, that you have to take care of your existing IT data system. You have to take care of the employee experience. You have to take care of the uptime. You have to also focus on the adoption of a latest technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so forth, so forth. That's very, very complex, right? And hence, the job has become very stressful. The question is, can IT leaders do this alone? Answer is may or may not be. But with the right partner and the technology partner, they can 100% do it. And that's where the HP's role comes in a picture. What you can expect from a brand like an HP, don't expect us to just be a leading technology partner. So what our promise to our customer is that apart from giving a devices like a PC and printer, and after the Polycom acquisition, the conferencing solution, which you see here, and my colleagues are going to showcase the live demo, what we are really committing is that we are going to deliver the transformational outcome for your organization. And that's the commitment we are giving here. And hence the format what we have done today, we are not focusing so much on the content apart from the industry leader like Mr. Ramesh. The most of the time we are going to spend on how the different technologies and the futuristic technology is going to really help you to devise a strategy which is a future proof. And that's where we are going to spend time today. What you can expect in this era where there are so many changes happening in the market, you need a technology partner to play a role of a transformation partner. And how do we really transform? Can we really transform your workflow by only giving you devices? No. And hence what we have done, you can expect the integration of software, devices, and the services coming from an HP. So when you really think of an HP, you think of a business PC, business notebook, workstation, think client, a retail POS solution. On a printing, whether it's an inkjet printing or an A3 printing, you have the product and the solution available from an HP. And why do I make a statement called solution? I think Mr. Ramesh was talking about the proactive insight, and he made a very interesting AI use case, which I personally really liked. Imagine an organization like in a manufacturing vertical where the work is heavily dependent on the workers. If you really have a proactive data, that where you are going to see the major absence of the work. And imagine if you have that kind of a data available with you, how that can really impact your overall workflow, right? Very, very insightful use case. Imagine if you have a software which can tell you that, look, you have a 500 devices in your company, which has a 300 desktop, 200 notebook, and you have a 50 workstations. They can give you serial number wise detail, what configuration of the machine is available right now, how many working hours this machine is showing as an uptime, which machine is working at an optimum level. For example, if the Ashish is using an i5 machine, maybe the workflow is managing his requirement is a workstation and not the i5 machine. And maybe the Ashish is using an i5 machine, but the workflow require only i3 configuration and not the i5 configuration. Based on the data available, you can actually decide what configuration and what product to be given to your employee. And that can change impact in a two-way. One, you can have a right sizing of the configuration for the user based on the persona, based on his requirement. And at the same time, you can reutilize the same money for the person who is not using that machine to an optimum level, in case if there's a requirement of a workstation and he is working on the PC, by giving him an upgrade computer, you can improve his experience and the productivity both. And that is called the Proactive Insight, which is a digital software available from NHP. Imagine that if you have to log a manual call of a serial number if the machine is not working, but you have a professional support available, which gives you a 24/7 uptime, and the chatbot support also gives you an auto call logging facility that can change the experience completely for the user. And that is a professional support available. And I can probably go on, but per proximity of the timing. Just to give in a few examples, every single product, software, and the services we launch in the market is an outcome of the real-time issues customer like yours, the leaders like you are facing on the ground, and based on that insight, we create the software and the solutions for your specific requirement. How we are going to shape the future of the work? By delivering the tools and technology which can help your employee to remain more productive in a secure environment and have a best-in-class experience so that work don't feel like in a work. But the question is it only going to happen with the software? No, it cannot happen only with the services. You need an entire integrated solution of devices, software, and the services coming from the one brand like NHP, which will change the complete landscape of the user experience going forward. What we are doing, I'll just flip a couple of slides in the next 5 to 7 minutes just to give a perspective what kind of product lines is going to be available from here and now. Before I go there, just again look at what used to happen before the AI and now what is happening with AI. Before the AI, you would have seen there was a lot of manual data research and the long document review used to take a lot of time. How many of you are using the autopilot now? ChatGPT? Quite a few, many of you, right? And most of you, if I look at this. Now, what is really happening is, before you go, before the AI, you ask about the one city, about the Coimbatore, and he will just talk about the Coimbatore, and then you ask 10 more questions, and you will get an answer after that. Today, you have a lot of workflows like in a ChatGPT, where you have to do a research about the specific subject, and if you don't know anything, just put a one word. And there is something called the prompt engineering, which we don't know as of now. But if you really know what you want from the respective ChatGPT kind of an AI tool, you have all the research data available, maybe in 30 to 60 seconds. The life has changed completely forever. For many of us, writing a right email to the senior leadership executive and the customer used to take a lot of time, right? Now, you just draft a mail and say that draft with a co-pilot. How many of you are using the co-pilot in an environment, right? Many of you. And you imagine, we used to always worried about the spelling, grammar, intention, confidence, the language, and the tonality. Today, the co-pilot is helping you to remain more productive and create an impact with the right communication. And that is an era of an AI we are talking about. Imagine now the new products has a feature called the noise cancellation. I work most of the time, 80% of the time outside the office, either operating from in a hotel, at an airport, at a public place. Imagine that if you are operating in a public place and you have to attend a high-profile meeting, but you have a lot of noise around, is it possible to be productive during those meetings? Practically impossible. But with the AI, now in the notebook, you have a feature called the noise cancellation, that by putting a noise cancellation button in the conferencing solution or on a notebook, you can eliminate all the external voice. So imagine a situation that you are at an airport where there is a lot of noise around, but there's someone who is interacting with you, he has a zero noise because of the noise cancellation feature, how that experience will look like. There is a feature called Auto Frame, which is again an AI-led feature in the notebook now. All the notebook series which we are launching. Imagine that if you are moving from here and there, the moment you are out of the screen, it becomes impossible to engage and reconnect with the audience. But imagine the cameraman is just following you the way you are walking. The auto frame feature is a very, very unique feature where you are moving from a screen meter here and there. And the camera is capturing you as it is, whether you are a still image. And that's level of the collaboration now it's possible because of the AI. So AI has completely changed the way we can now work together and the kind of an experience you can have. With the polyconferencing solution, which my colleague will also show you the demo, you can exactly feel that no matter from where you are sitting in the world, you are talking to each other on a real-time basis. That's the kind of an experience you can get right now. And that is the power of AI. This is a complete line of the product. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the product here, but you have a ProBook series 4. You have EliteBook 6, EliteBook 8, EliteBook X, and EliteBook Ultra. You think about the persona, you think about the use case, and you have a product and solution available from NHP. And most of the features which are available is an EliteBook series. The ProBook 4 starts for all the entry-level enterprise requirement. But the point is, we are designing a product and the solution based on the persona and the use cases. It's not a one-stick approach for all. This is a workstation for every workflow. And the many of you who are from the manufacturing side, you know the importance of a workstation. Mr. Ramesh was talking about the stimulation software, the designing software. You think of an applications, whether you are in a manufacturing, whether you are in a research, you are in a ACS, you are in a real estate, you are into the software development, you are into the media entertainment, wherever there is a requirement of a high graphics application, whether there is a requirement of a more GPU, NPU, you have a different workflow. You have the HP workstation portfolio available with you. And we don't sell only workstations. We sell a lot of software in the solutions which is solving some of the business critical issues. How many of you heard a solution called HP Anywhere? Has anybody heard the HP Anywhere? Oh, couple of friends, good to hear that. And HP Anywhere, the people operating from in a different country and different city, imagine there are 4 people working on the same project and has an access to edit of that particular project. How powerful that tool can be, right? The 4 different people working from 4 different locations, working on the same project, and alternatively, they have an access to even edit that project. How powerful that can be. We are also launching one of the technology called the Z Boost. If our time permits, my colleague is going to showcase the demo. But imagine you in an environment where you have a 10 workstation, out of which the 5 workstation does not have a graphics card. But you are working on a project where there is a business need for you to use the graphics card. Can you imagine if you have a tool which can help you to borrow the graphics card from the other machine? You can finish your project and you can give that power back to someone. So for example, if you are driving a car on express highway and you are running on a speed at 100, but your requirement is 150, you get a one additional powerful machine which can boost your power from 100 to 150. You reach to a destination and you can give that machine back to someone else. How powerful that technology can be. Rather than replacing a machine, or buying a new machine, we are selling you optimize the performance with the existing hardware. And that's the kind of a technology, software and solutions which we are talking about. We are launching India's first printer, which is LaserJet 8000 series of the product line. And this LaserJet 8000 series product line is the first printer in the world which is a future attack proof from the Quantum technology. You can imagine the printer having a more than 200 applications as a HP WorkPath workflow. One single application you download and you have access to 200 plus application. And there is an AI features which actually monitor the user workflow, which means imagine that you have one of the user who is just doing a scanning of the multiple invoices, which means you are checking a date, invoice number, serial number, dispatch date, and the order value. And imagine if you are doing this activity repeatedly, the printer start doing the same activity on behalf of you, how that experience could be. And that's again AI-led features. It's a generative AI features also, but actually they are just mapping of all the user activity. And that's the kind of an innovations which you are talking about. I'll just complete my statement that we are committed to becoming a transformation partner in your growth. What you can really expect that being in HP as a brand, who are not a technology partner, we want to become a transformation partner in your growth transformation by supercharge innovation with the product, software, solutions, services which I'm talking about, by ensuring that the right technology for an employee, your employees are most engaged employee, and that really become more efficient in the day-to-day work they are doing. I'm sure there's a lot to cover, and we are talking about the content today, which is an endless, but because of the possibility of the timing, rather I would request my colleague to spend more time on the demo. We will be around here, and you might have a lot of questions, but thanks for listening this patiently and really appreciate taking time out again. And thanks for being in such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
Hello, test. Yeah. Hey, hi everyone, and good evening everyone, and thank you everyone for joining for this beautiful evening. So let me introduce myself. My name is Ajay More. I am based out of Bangalore, working in Poly HP from last 15 years of experience. So from the evening time, the people are talking about the AI, and the same AI with technology and the features we wanted to showcase on the meeting room solutions and on the personal devices. So we have a team from Bangalore who is going to do that live demonstration to you. And before that, one of the small pointers, the AI innovations on the meeting room solutions, a lot of people wanted different kind of camera frame technologies where any person in this meeting room, when he is talking, the camera has to be capable to zoom into that person to show to the far end who is the active speaker over there. Or if you want to divide each and every person in different window, we have a people framing technology or a group framing technology. The camera knows, we one more technology, we call it as an perimeter AI fencing. The camera knows whom to cover, or whom not to cover. The person, because a lot of meeting room spaces, we know that they have glass walls, and camera, because of the AI features, tries to track the persons who are outside the meeting room spaces. But here, because of the AI, we are defining the space that these are the people inside the meeting room and who are outside the meeting room, and track only those people over there. And not only on the camera technology, even on the audio innovations, it knows what is human voice and what is non-human voice. A mobile could be ringing in a meeting room space, or it could be a different kind of noises which is happening. Those noises will not go to the far end at all. Okay, so instead of talking much, let us demonstrate on this one. And irrespective of any kind of all these features which I'm talking about, irrespective of any kind of platform that the customer could be using, because a lot of customer uses Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, or it could be S.323 FSIP calling also. Irrespective of any platform, the technology works for them in all these platforms. And we are the only players in the market which provide BYOD solutions, Windows-based Zoom Room and Teams Room solutions, Android-based Teams Room, Zoom Room, and Google Meet solutions. So let me hand over to my team. So let me introduce, we have Nishant Bharadwaj from Bangalore, and their team actually over there who will be doing this demo. Thank you. Nishant, to you.
I hope I'm audible. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. So we are connected from our Bangalore Experience Center. Myself, Nishant Bhardwaj, and I have my colleague Kiran and Samarth with me. So we will be doing the live demonstration for you. So before doing the demo, I just want to give you the highlight. So, when it comes to the collaboration, we have end-to-end solutions. So in any collaboration, you will have either personal audio, personal video, and group video kind of a requirements. And we have end-to-end solution to cater those. So like we have products like headsets, which has some unique features. Then we have group audio conferencing devices. Then personal webcams for your personal use while you are doing work from home. And when you return to office, starting from your small room, open office areas, mid-size conference room, complex AV spaces like your town hall auditoriums, we have the solution to cater. So no matter what kind of approach you adopt, either Teams room or maybe Zoom room, plug and play, anything. The features what we are going to demonstrate, those are consistent across the devices. So no matter your users are joining the call from home or maybe from small conference room or the large AV spaces, they will have the same experience, consistent experience. So with that, we just want to start the demo. So we have something called Director AI technology. It's basically a video features umbrella. So in that we have something called group framing. So group framing, what it does is imagine you have a 12-seater conference room, but hardly two people are there. So instead of showing the entire room, camera will focus on the only on the people of the room. The moment third person or the other person will walk into the room, it will increase the frame size and it will cover the entire audience of the room. So for an example, right now, the camera is in group framing mode. While we have a big conference room, but you can see, our images very clearly. It is covering all three of us. So if I request, Kiran to go to the first seat, then you will see how the group framing, auto adjust. So now you must have seen Kiran moved in the front of the room, so camera understand, okay, there's a person. So it adjusted itself and showing the clear view of all three of us. So Kiran, you can resume back again. So now it readjusted. So on top of it, we have another layer called speaker framing. So speaker framing is like if camera is already doing the group framing, but the moment somebody speaks, camera will focus on that person. So let me enable the speaker tracking from web interface. Then you will see the action happening live. Yeah. So now speaker tracking is enabled. Now I am the active speaker in the conference room. So you can see camera is focusing on me. So if I ask my colleague Kiran to speak, then you can see how the transition happens from one speaker to another speaker.
Yeah. So if I start speaking, the camera used to gently, want to be like this. Since the camera recognized I'm the active speaker in this room, so the camera focused on me right here.
So so now again, if I start talking in, camera will come back to me. So this will keep on happening. If I take a pause, then camera will go back to group framing mode. So I will just take a couple of second pause. Yeah, so it went to the complete room view and you can see the whole room. So that's how it happens. So on top of it, we have something called people framing. So that is for special use cases where, you don't want camera to go from one person to another person and you want to show all the people faces very clearly to the far end. So this people framing, basically it gives an individual face styles to the far end. So let me just quickly enable it for us to demonstrate this. So I have just enabled the people framing. Now you can see the camera is showing three tiles and you can see all three of us. No matter person is speaking or not speaking in the room, camera will give a clear face tiles to the far end. So that's the people framing. So these are the director AI technologies what camera is doing. Now we have something called live perimeter AI. So basically what it does, we can define the room size for the camera. So camera knows, which portion of the conference room it has to cover. At times you may have a glass wall and people may be standing outside the glass wall and you don't want to cover them. So we can tell camera, okay, don't cover this portion, only focus on this area. So camera will do all the section within that area itself. So just to demonstrate that, what I'll do, so right now, you are seeing all three of us. It's doing the people framing. What I'll do, I will define the perimeter within the conference room. I will remain seated here and I'll enable the perimeter. So camera will, what will happen next, camera will not cover me while I'm sitting in the center of the room. So I have just enabled and now you can see even I am talking, and I'm sitting in the center of the room, but still camera is not focusing on me. And if I quickly go back and disable the perimeter, then again, camera will understand and it will start seeing. So I'm assuming it is, you must be finding it interesting. So these are our video innovation. Now moving to the audio part of it. So for any video conferencing meetings, I think people can adjust with video, but audio is very crucial. If audio is not good, then there's no point of having the collaboration. So we pay very much close attention to the audio innovations. So we have something called noise block AI. Basically, that is for the disturbances what we create in the conference room. Just a second. Let me disable the camera tracking so we can see the full conference room view. Yeah. So now, so basically, I was explaining noise block AI. So if there is any disturbances in the conference room, that will not go to the far end. What does it mean? Human audio is important in the conference room. That should go to the far end. But anything apart from human audio, like AC sound, phone ringing, that should not go up. So noise block AI, it differentiates between human audio and non-human audio and does not transmit non-human audios to the far end. So imagine if I create the tapping sound, you will not hear the tapping sound to the far end. I'm just tapping on the table and I'm sure you must have not heard. So what I'll do, I'll quickly disable the noise block because currently noise block is enabled. And if I disable it and do the same thing, I'm sure you will hear the sound. So it's that powerful. On top of it, we have something called sound reflection reduction. So if you have conference rooms which are pretty old, there's no acoustic treatment done, or maybe you have new constructed conference room which has a lot of glass wall or glossy surfaces. So at time what happens, these rooms creates a hollowing sound. No matter you are there on the call or no, when you speak in the conference room, it creates a hollowing sound. And when you are going for a call, that hollowing sound also go into the call. So with sound reflection reduction, technology itself reduce those reverbs, up to 80 to 90%. So right now, this is enabled in the device. So I'm assuming you are hearing my audio loud and clear. So just what I'll do, I will quickly disable the noise block AI and the reflection reduction. Then, you can compare my audio quality, what you are hearing now and just after a few seconds. Yeah. So now I have disabled all this noise block AI, and I'm sure you must be observing the difference of audio quality. If there is any noise, you must be hearing that noise and, some reverbing in the audio. So now again, I'll go back and quickly enable the noise block. So, when I'm going into the call, you can hear me loud and clear. And we have something called beamforming microphone arrays in our all-in-one bar solutions. So in all-in-one bar, you'll have a camera, speaker, microphones. Now the microphones are there in front of the room. There's nothing on the table. So with beamforming microphones, we ensure that the audio from the conference room from the conference room to the far end goes as a uniform. So I am sitting almost 25 feet far from the bar. You can hear my audio loud and clear. So that's my beamforming microphone array. And again, we have something called acoustic fence. So that is for the disturbances which comes from outside of the conference room. Anything which is coming from outside, that is the disturbance, even human audio as well. So acoustic fence, basically we can create a virtual fencing in the room, and anything which is outside the fencing, that will not go into the call. So what I'll do, I'll ask Samarth to go to the front seat, and I will create a fence in such a way so that he is outside the fencing. So while he is even present in the conference room, you will not be able to hear me, while you can hear other participants from the conference room. So let me quickly enable this. Yeah. Now I have created a narrow fencing. We can't see it. We have to simply, while setting up, we have to test it. So I'm sure you must be able to hear me. Now I'll ask Kiran also to speak. Kiran, can you speak?
Yeah. So if I start speaking in this conference room, you must be able to hear my voice clearly.
Yeah, Kiran is audible to the far end. Now I'll ask Samarth, I'm assuming he's outside the fence. So, Samad, can you please speak?
Yeah. Okay.
And if I'll disable the acoustic fence, you can, again hear back. This is
Yeah.
yeah, Samad.
Like how acoustic fence work like that means it will create a imaginary virtual fence.
Yeah, we
Where-
can hear you, Samad. So that's how the acoustic fence works. So these are the audio and video innovations what we have built in into the devices. Nowhere you are using as a plug and play or the native solutions. You will get these consistent experience across the devices. Now I'll just take a few seconds break. I'll disconnect from this device and I'll reconnect another device to show you some camera features again.
Thank you, Nishant, very much. So until Nishant comes back, you have seen the technologies, understands what is human voice and what is non-human voice. It understands who are inside the meeting room or who are outside the meeting room. Even a person could be outside screaming to his high tone, that noises or voices will not go to the far end at all. Even a person is standing very next to the camera, if we created a perimeter fencing over there, that person is not visible to the far end area. That can be defined as per our needs. Okay, so next, let me admit. Okay, yeah, I think just a second. Yeah. So next feature is, Zoom had bought the option quite a long time back that multi-camera feeds for this kind of larger meeting or training room spaces, correct? Where we can put multiple cameras to a single codec and all the camera feeds can go to the far end. People can see all the camera feeds, one like to the presenter, two cameras to the public, correct? But in Teams room, we had that pain point. One of the important beauty is in the Microsoft Teams room solutions with HP compute system, which is running on i7 Core processor and 13th generation system. This is the only MTR PC which has high-end processing unit, and we can connect up to 4 cameras, and all the 4 cameras can be sent to the far end. Okay, right now Nishant will be demonstrating with 2 cameras as of now. So you can see in most of the training rooms, a person wants to cover the presenter who is on the stage and one for the public. This will be a better option for you for the Microsoft Teams room solutions. Nishant, back to you.
So we'll not spend much time here. I'll just explain this in a minute, then we are good from this side. And if you'll have any queries, please feel free to ask. So this kind of features are very important for complex spaces, like if you have a town hall or a training room scenarios where you want to cover audience as well as the presenter. So again, irrespective of the platform, we have something called presenter tracking, where camera has an ability to always focus on the presenter, no matter your presenter is talking or not. If the presenter is walking around explaining something, camera will always follow the presenter. So for the far end, the experience will be like there is a professional recorder who is focusing on the presenter. And this is very simplified setup, let me tell you. No advanced integration, nothing. So now, right now from this room, you can see you are seeing 2 video frames together. One is focusing on me. So you can consider me as an audience. Right now I am speaking, so camera is focusing on me. And the other camera, you can consider it is focusing to the presenter area. So me as a presenter, if I'll walk into the presenter zone, you will notice that camera will automatically start focusing on me. Even if I'll not speak, very gently camera will follow me. So with such kind of technologies, we can create very innovative solutions for your complex spaces. So this is called multi-camera view, and we have similar amazing technologies. So in case if you want to experience something in-house, please feel free to reach out to your touch points in HP, and we are happy to host these sessions for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nishant. Thank you very much for this one. Thank you, team. If you have any kind of questions, please let us know. Hope not. Thank you all.
Hello. Thank you for the demonstration. We also come from a startup where we also have a certain conference room setup. We had a similar kind of setup also, but it looks a bit advanced than what we have. Interesting. Is there any way that without, or maybe I don't know how he controls. We haven't seen the control panel. We only saw the changes. What is happening? So we do have like remote way of cutting the microphone, mute, and all these things. Is that device capable of doing something wireless or with something in the hand which they can control for mute and unmute?
Okay. So one of the thing, because there are different kind of technologies which are shown over here. If I talk about on the camera features, tracking options, people framing to group framing to speaker framing, yes, with the touch panel, we have the capability to, even in a live call also, because different people have a different taste. I could be loving speaker tracking. Someone loves people framing. Someone loves group framing, correct? They have the capability to change the tracking options in the live call itself. That is possible. And when we come back on the noise block AI feature or sound reflection feature, it is a one-time setup actually, because that is must and should, which is important. You have to be heard clearly to the far end, and that feature is on or off depending upon your environment. How is it actually? So we have that features, and that is only one-time setup, and this setup will be done at the initial stage. Okay, and secondly, what you saw, the multi-camera features. So this multi-camera features are connected. There is no any kind of matrix switcher. There is no any kind of integration over there. Those multiple cameras are connected to my MTR PC through USB ports. Okay, I can control either I want multi-cameras through my touch panel, or I can disable the multi-cameras. I can switch between the camera 1, camera 2, camera 3 manually also as per my needs. And everything is done through a touch panel only over there.
Sorry, one more question. Even though if we have the virtual background, still the video will follow the presenter like this?
Yes, yes.
Not the conference room setup, but if the virtual background.
Yes, it will follow. It will follow.
Okay. Good.
Sure. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good evening all. Okay, my name is Pratik Beda, and I look after the configuration services at HP. And today we will be talking about HP security services, HP Wolf Security Protect and Trace. Okay, in this solution basically, IT admin will get a control of the devices, and he can virtually lock the devices, and he can also wipe the data of that device in the event of if the device is stolen. Okay, the IT admin can also trace the units. What is the last geolocation of that particular device? He can also trace that particular feature also. Even though irrespective of that device being in the network, or if it is a shutdown mode, still the IT admin can get the location details, and he can remotely send in information to lock the device. We'll see a short video on it. So you can see on the left hand side there is an IT admin dashboard, and on the right hand side that's a user device, which we will assume that this is a stolen device. Okay. Now we will the IT admin or the user will inform IT that the particular serial number or the particular
So I come to the Tech Pulse console,
stolen.
I select this target, which is called CES1, and then as the administrator, I decide to initiate a lock request against that machine. Now, as part of that, I have to decide who is going to approve the request. Now, normally there would be at least 2 approvers required, but since this is a demo, I'm only going to put in 1.
Required.
So I'm going to also put in a message that's going to be displayed if the person sees the machine after it's locked. Okay, so now as the administrator, I initiate that request. That request has been set successfully, and now what I need to do is I need to do the approval process. So this would normally be a different person on a different PC who has the approver app. As you can see, I've got a lock command request that requires my approval. This would require 2 or more people working together, and they each have a piece of cryptographic content, which means that no one person by themselves can ever approve a request, and even if the cloud platform is compromised because it doesn't have the crypto material, even then the machines cannot be locked or erased. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to approve that. I put in my personal PIN to authorize any changes, and I now have initiated the lock request at
Within few
2:27.
seconds,
So if I come over here
particular
to
device will get
the
locked.
target machine, right here, now I can say, well, let's say I hacked the machine and I stole. See, as you can see, within about 10 or 11 seconds, the machine was locked. Now remember, there's no Wi-Fi connection, and there's no regular cellular internet connection on that machine. The only thing there is the resilient connect capability. So now the remote lock has been initiated. If I come back over here, I'm going to refresh this dashboard. I'm going to come back over here, and that unit was in a lock requested state waiting for approval before. If I come back and I refresh, it is now showing locked, because the machine, of course, has been locked as we've seen. So what's going on the target machine is it's going through a reboot process following the lock. So we'll have to give it a minute, and then it will come back, and then I'll show you what the unlock process looks like. So you can see it's locked, and there you can see the system has been locked, and then the message I put in as the administrator is now showing on the machine, call 415, blah, blah, blah. So if this was displayed to somebody who found the machine, they would see that and they could call or email or whatever it is you tell them to do. Now, in order to unlock the machine, the person who has it needs the unlock PIN. Me as the administrator, I can issue that PIN. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to say unlock device, and it's going to give me that PIN, and then I would relay that to the person on the machine. And that PIN is 864784998. Enter. And then if I typed correctly, which I have, now the machine is unlocked, and it'll go through another reboot cycle, and then it'll be unlocked, and then you're ready to go. So what we've done is we've demonstrated how an administrator on the TechPulse console can remotely lock a PC using only the Resilient Connect telemetry connection, and then can unlock that machine by handing the PIN to the person who's in front of the target so that they can enter it in. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I would like to know how it's doing the locking system. In case there is no internet, how it will happen?
Okay. So ideally, there are 3 ways to do it. The device can also have a WWAN card, where in case if customer wants to use internet, they can opt for a WWAN card, where the user can also use internet on that devices. But in case if the internet is not required, the device can also have a micro mobile card, a nanoband card. Using that, the internet will not work, but it is like sending an SMS kind of thing, where the command of lock will be sent to the device. So that internet is not required for that.
Okay. In case if I plug out the hard disk and insert somewhere else, so what will happen? It's logging only the hard disk, other it's logging the system.
So the technology is within the motherboard. Okay, and since that device, the hard disk has been locked as of now, even if I remove the hard disk and use it in some other device, it will not work. Nor I can use some other hard disk and reinstall the operating system. That will also not work in that particular device, until and unless the hard disk and motherboard both are replaced. So in the main agenda is to secure the data, nothing else.
So in case if we have multiple laptops, so now only we hear about this solution. If we want to implement our environment, so how it will be? It will compatible with the existing laptops also.
So this particular solution cannot be used for current devices. And this solution can work on HP G10 series and above. and you have to give that requirement before the production starts. So because this configuration will happen from the factory end. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Hello. Hi everyone, my name is Siddharth. I'll be taking you through the AI PCs. A quick raise of hands, how many of you understand the difference between an AI PC versus a non-AI PC? Basis the TOPS, right? Trillion operation per second. Essentially what I mean by that is that if it goes beyond 40 TOPS till 60 TOPS, it becomes an AI PC, which is essentially the capability of the machine. Now, how many of us use ChatGPT and similar LLM models on our everyday basis? I think a lot of us, right? I think most of us, along with the Copilot and everything, right? Now, one of the things that we all know that you can't upload your own personal or company data on ChatGPT and similar LLM models, right? Yes or no? Correct? Because of the fact that yes, company data is very sensitive, and the moment it goes to cloud, it's going to somebody else's server. Am I right? Yes or no? Correct? So what we have done now is, we've now built an entire LLM on our HP hardware itself, which is called an HP AI Companion. As you would consider ChatGPT as your research partner, discovery partner, performance partner, or productivity partner, there's a similar LLM now that we built on our HP AI laptops, which is called an HP AI Companion. What it does, it kind of course, speeds up your productivity of your own work tasks, right? It can help you discover a lot many things within the PC. Also, it can also work offline. Like for example, if you're flying in an aeroplane and you want to work on something on the files which are already there on the deck, on your laptop, you can also work on your laptop without the internet itself. So it's a great way to essentially bring the entire GPT sort of an LLM to a HP AI PC, which is a hardware, inbuilt-in hardware. Now we'll quickly see a small video, and of course after all the demonstrations are over, you can come to the demo zones and the technical person will answer all your questions. We'll just quickly go through the video of HP AI Companion and what are the capabilities of that. Yeah, video please.
Is a central hub of AI tools for users to learn and grow with AI while elevating their everyday experiences. Users can use a conventional approach to ask, explore, and create. For example, they can ask to find relevant information, summarize a long article, and then create a blog based on that content. Collaborate and interact with your personal files to get more focused responses that help make quick and informed decisions with the Analyze tool. The Discover page enhances the learning experience with the ability to engage with AI-related content. Perform provides updates and PC optimization, working in the background to maintain an optimal set of system drivers, BIOS, and core PC firmware, improving your everyday experience. HP AI Companion is just the first step HP is taking to unlock new ways to use AI.
Now as we move along, right, moving forward, of course, this LLM will, of course, will have a lot more sources. The backend will also get a lot more stronger. Now, my favorite part at least is more on the analyze part. Like for example, if you have an Excel or a PDF or a PPT, you can literally upload those documents in this HP AI Companion and get the insights. For example, if you have 3 Excels of 3 different vendors, right, and if you want to compare it amongst both of them, you can also do it on your HP AI Companion as well, which is a great way to ensuring that your data also doesn't go on cloud, is safe and secure, and is also private and sitting on your computer itself. Any questions on this? Of course, there'll be a demo, there'll be a technical person, solution expert who can take you through all the solutions on this. But any questions, happy to take it. Otherwise, I'll move on the Z workstations, which is again the next set of heavy-duty machines that we have. All right, so we'll quickly go through Z workstations. Everybody's heard of Z workstations from HP? Yes, how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think by the time this session is over, almost no hands will be up. Do we know about Z workstations? Yes or no, please? Slightly bit more taller hand. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. So Z workstations are essentially heavy-duty machines. We know it's for data scientists, creative people, data analysts, 2D, 3D designs. How we've designed it is basically basis the application and the software that you use. Basis that, it will suggest you what is the best solution for you. Right? Because today you're using, let's say, a 20 terabyte of data and the rendering and processes on all of it. But after 5 years, how are we readying ourselves up with the kind of data that we're seeing in the AI world? So we'll quickly go through 2 videos which specifically explain about Z workstations, and then we'll move on to the next session. Yeah, videos please. So I might not be able to take all the questions right now because I'm sure these will be very technical and will demand a lot more longer time. So after this session gets over, please feel free to walk up to the demo zone. All solution experts will help you understand what exactly it does, what exactly it does and how it can solve your problem. That's it from my side. Any questions on Z Workstations and HP AI Companion? Happy to take it.
For the demos, of course. And now moving forward to another live demo. And this time we have a real-life implementation of an AI-powered people experience portal that you're going to see right here, which uses very, very advanced technology and has some amazing new features. So for that, I have somebody, again, really special who I am going to be welcoming on the floor right now. With a huge round of applause, everyone, let's welcome Mr. Saravin Kumar K, who's the architect at Impiger Technologies. Can we give a huge round of applause, everyone? Come on. Just need a little more energy from you people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome you all to this AI-powered internet session for an employee experience portal, which we have done for one of our customers. So, as ma'am said this rightly, so we have used OpenAI and we have used agentic framework to develop an internet portal. We don't call it as an internet portal, it is a kind of employee super app. Basically, you can do, it's a single place where employee can access all the things. For example, you can create a ticket, ServiceNow ticket or any, and access his pay slips, he can apply leave, and it will act as agent will act as a kind of a personal assistant to you in terms of searching for any documents, or it will help you in writing emails. It will be an entire personalized agent which helps you in all the parts. So just a quick intro, this is the agenda. I will be giving a quick walkthrough about my company, our services and product, and next we'll move on to the demo. So, our company has been in 20 years in market. We are CM level 5 company. So we have 500 plus customer and 100 plus projects and 500 plus team strength. So, and we have ISO 9001, ISO 2005, 250 and 10. So ISO 2001, ISO 20001. So basically, we have been classified from Inc. 5000 from US, one of the fast growing company. We have NASCAM certified, and we are the clutch top B2B company developers. And in terms of product, as I said, we have Nectar, Inventory, Chatter, and Mechatray. So Nectar is our internet product, and Inventory is our kind of a supply chain solution, and Chatter is our chatbot agent, and Mechatray is for a manufacturing company. And the key offerings which what we do is the services, digital transformation, user experience design, and digital challenges, and manage IT services. And in terms of key industry, we serve for BFSI, healthcare, and manufacturing, government, and logistics. So what we do, basically, as I said, given you through the what this app can do, it can do your ticket status, it can check my leave balance, it can track your expense, it can give you a pay slip, Form 16, holiday list, and employee letters and everything. And what can be done faster and smarter with help of AIS, you can browse your finance documents, you can print your employment proof, you can find your important contact, access policy, and it will be your finance assistance to raise your tickets. So this another important part of it, it is a kind of a role based. When a CFO logs in, entirely the dashboard will be related to the CFO. When a CEO logs in, the dashboard will remain to the CEO, where he can see the status of what is the Q1 result or Q2 result. He can ask to the chatbot, and the agent will give you the results in a kind of a Power BI report itself. And in terms of knowledge management, everybody wants to know, search in the internet portal, the employee experience portal is like smart search, the auto tagging and categorization, the continuous learning, content recommendation, and the centralized knowledge hub, and the multilingual support is what this agent does. So we can jump into the demo, I can show you that. So this is our employee super app portal. So this consists of a lot of information in terms of communication and collaborations. You can see leaves, important contacts, and what are the meetings. You have quick links, can solve. So the documents which you have recently opened, your perks, your policies, in terms of acceptance and KYC, and the supply chain management, where you can see the invoice status and your invoice payment status. The financial assist, your project management and engagement financial. So it is a kind of a place, or I would call it as a dashboard, where you can find all the information related to your organization, and specifically based upon the role this information gets changed. So another important thing, so a company might have 50 different applications, ERP or HRMS or a ticketing system or a knowledge management system. We are not going to replace it, and we are going to build a layer agent top of it, which talks to all the different systems and gets you information. Provided that agent is an autonomous agent, it's trained, it's automatically. You can see at the bottom you have a chatbot over here, say asking you multiple questions dynamically. Once you click that, say for example, my dongle is not working. Can you click on that? At the bottom, fourth one. So for this. In the meantime, I can give you the thing, we have built this on OpenAI. The embedding is also an OpenAI embedding. We have used LangGraph and LangChain for this framework, and VectorDB for searches of the embeddings and everything, and Postgres for storing all the transaction data and everything. So you can see the response automatically. It tells you to check whether it gives you a suggestion. Instead of routing it to an agent, it gives you a suggestion to check by yourself. And if you can resolve it by yourself, it will not request a callback to the agent, to the human being. Until then, it will give you suggestions. If you try one question and you say another thing, it will give you next suggestions and everything. Can you come back to another scenario? So basically, this is also voice enabled. You can ask the bot and ask the agent, and it gives you the result. So in terms of when you type a payslip, it asks you whether you want to download payslip or Form 16 or useful links or FAQ. Say for example, I'm saying it as payslip. So it will next ask you the suggestion whether you want last month or last 3 months. Based upon your input, it gives you the document of the payslip. And can you go to the MySpace at the top, first one? So can you click on My Ticket Status? So this is integrated with ServiceNow. ServiceNow is our ticketing tool. So basically, I will know to come to know my ticket status, whether what has been done, whether it is in open state or it is resolved, so that you can see what are my active tickets or what are my closed tickets, and also I can raise a ticket from the agent itself. So say for example, if you're typing, I want to take my GST certificate of a company, or this company is a kind of a tax and auditing company, so they will have multiple companies GST certificate. So it will ask for your entity and location. If you give your GST number, it will go and fetch the GST certificate at particular company. And so all the things in a single place where you can access and you can act upon it. It's not like only pulling the data and giving you an information. However, you can do actions, and it will be acting as an intelligent agent, giving you suggestions and predictions. Say for example, in previous section somebody told that using Copilot you are getting more productive, so the same thing is built here. Say for example, if I want to write an email, I can ask this and it can suggest me, and it is also so intelligent that it will tell you, say for example, May 1st is leave, so you don't have any meetings. So hey buddy, you can take leave on May 1st and May 2nd, so you'll have a continuous 4 days holidays. And other thing, it's another important thing, the dashboard, which is dynamically, it can fetch a dashboard. For example, CEO says you want to compare the CEO Q1 and Q3 result. Automatically, it fetches the data from the data sources, from multiple data sources, and brings you the dashboard here. So all these things are autonomous. It gets trained self-learned itself. That is the important thing of the agentic AI. That is what, this is a multi-agent, it's not a single agent, this is a multi-agent. We have each agent talking to different third-party systems. Any questions?
Your APIs?
No. We will call the third-party system APIs. So basically, there will be a mother agent. So that mother agent has a concept of orchestrated. Okay. So there will be multiple sub-agents, say for example, for acting, reasoning, and for planning. So there will be multiple agents. So for every system, for example, ServiceNow, let's take an example, there will be an agent where it will be, I will be calling the ServiceNow API. So it will, there are 5 steps. It will first reason, next it will plan, next it will act, next is the reaction. So these are the 4 stages. First it will understand my question using the LLM. Next it will process to memory, and short-term memory and long-term memory. If this is going to be a new question, it will understand, then it will go to the embeddings. All will be in embeddings. That is what vector databases we call. Vector databases stores only in the embedding models. So it will find that and then give you the result, to give you in a kind of a not a straight one-word answer. It will give you suggestions and predictions like what I showed you. If you ask payslip, I can give you directly the payslip, but it can give you suggestion whether you want 1 month or 3 months. So this agent gets automatically trained. It is a kind of a that is what the agentic AI is all about. It gets self-trained automatically, and above that we have a layer of MCP. That is the main thing. That is the layer where AI itself we call the APIs, and that API will pass to the mother agent. Mother agent will decide to which agent it has to pass. Now we have a A2A agent, which is Google. Couple of days it has announced. So that is now coming up.
Since a question from my team, so is that something that we have to consider in terms of privacy, since we are using OpenAI, privacy of the data, because it passes all the sensitive information of the organization to the outsider LLM?
Basically, these LLMs can be brought to enterprise level. So it's like Microsoft 365. So you are going to buy a new tenant. Okay, let's take an example. You have Teams license and everything. Like that, you can buy a LLM private to your own organization. So it's not like we are going to use. There are almost 18,000 LLMs, and it is getting developed day by day. So you can buy a kind of enterprise license, and the data we will host in Azure or AWS or GCP. The data doesn't go anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Everybody, can we give a huge round of applause, please? I would request you to please stay back for a moment. Can we have Mr. Loganathan on the floor from HP team to present a memento of appreciation to sir? Thank you, gentlemen. Please be seated. All right, moving on to the final session of the evening. And for this, I would like to invite Mr. Rajesh Sharma on the floor. Everybody, can we give a huge round of applause to Mr. Rajesh Sharma? So this session is basically going to be on Windows 11, or if I have to make it all the more clear and specific, it's how to stay ahead of the curve, is how Sir likes to say it. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I am Rajesh Sharma. I am a DPS Master Trainer for Microsoft India. During our today's session, I will talk about Microsoft Write messaging, which is for Windows 10 end of support. And I would request everyone, if you have any questions and concerns around Windows 10, Windows 11, Copilot PC, please feel free to ask any questions you may have. Windows 10 is reaching to its end of support by this year, 14th of October 2025. And what will happen post 14th of October? And Microsoft will no longer support for any critical update. What we understand that every organization, every customer, they are more concerned about security for their data, privacy for their data. And what we have, in Windows 11 Pro operating system. We have around 6 months to go when Windows 10 will be end of support for critical, updates, security updates, feature updates, and of course, driver updates. What is our planning? And every, customer, every mid-sized customer may take around 12 months to go for their Windows operating system migration journey, and for any application upgradation or implementing new set of applications across the organization, which includes procurement process and pilot testing and compatibility with all other subset applications. Windows 11 comes with best ever built features like best productive operating system ever and best security. We would say the robust security we have. We have chip to cloud security, which helps to protect your data over the cloud and on your PCs. And it is most manageable operating system. Like we can manage 1,000, 2,000 computers remotely using one click. I want to throw a question. What is your topmost priority in the morning when you arrive at your office? Anybody? Of course, we want to, check emails or to check to-do list or to see our calendar. Can you believe Copilot can help you to summarize your emails within 5 minutes? And what do you expect from a PC? Of course, we want to, get more productivity at workplace. We have best-in-class features in terms of AI. You heard about responsible AI? Since AI is a buzzword everywhere nowadays. So what is responsible AI we have built in with Windows 11 Pro operating system? Any idea about responsible AI? It has inclusiveness, fairness, security, accountability, and transparency. The fundamentally, we have, secured environment. If you say, like ChatGPT is an open source platform. And can you believe your safety for your data? What Microsoft says, Copilot is built on Azure OpenAI platform, and which help you to stay ahead of the curve. And your data is your data. It comes under global regulations like GDPR rules. And it comes under as an enterprise data protection rules. So it means your data is your data and it is within your boundaries. So before moving to more features of Windows 11 Pro operating system, if you want to see the QR code here, it will help you to complete Windows 11 accreditations and certifications for your peers, for your colleagues. Can you move this? Okay, thank you. So as I said, Windows 11 built on three things. Productivity. For productivity, we have AI built-in tools like Copilot. And I'm sure you know about Copilot. Copilot help you to synthesize any large document for you in bullet points. Copilot can help you to summarize or to generate content. How much time we require to craft a PowerPoint presentation? Typically 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on number of slides. Copilot can help you to craft your PowerPoint presentations within 2 minutes, 1 minute. And with professional pictures and professional content, even it can enable transitions for you between the slides. Using Copilot in Windows, using Copilot in Microsoft 365 applications, you can interact with the software. It understands prompt. It understands natural language. With the help of Graph API, it connects your prompts to large language machine learning. And all is within your domain, within your boundaries. No data goes beyond that. So Copilot in Windows 11 Pro operating system as a productivity features, it's absolutely free. What else you can do with the Copilot integrates with Microsoft 365 applications? Can you move this, please? Okay, as I said, Windows 10 support will be ended by 14th of October. And what is ROI to upgrade your computers to Windows 11 Pro operating system? It has best-in-class security. As I said, it has Defender built-in. It has Windows Hello, face recognition, biometric, and it has great manageability features. Like you can manage large number of computers. It has a great compatibility. What Microsoft says that all of your applications are compatible with Windows 11 Pro operating system, which are already running on Windows 10 environment. Accuracy of compatibility is 99.7%. All applications which are running on Windows 10 and those applications are compatible with Windows 11 Pro operating system. Okay. What else we can do with Copilot in Windows and Copilot integrates with 365? We can craft PowerPoint presentation. We can generate summary of emails. We can generate summary for Teams meetings, unattended Teams meetings. Using Copilot in Microsoft Excel template, you will be more analytical. Using Copilot in Teams, you will be more collaborative. Using Copilot in Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Word, you will be more productive. That means it can save your time and efforts. On average basis, you can save your 2 days of time on average monthly basis using Copilot in 365 applications. Using Copilot in Windows 11 Pro operating system, you can save your 8 to 9 hours of your time on average monthly basis. That means you can save your time. It can help you to unleash your productivity. It can help you to available your skills. So before moving to next slide, let me quickly play one crispy video for you. Can you play this? I think no sound. you. So what it says that about Copilot in Windows, Copilot in Microsoft 365 applications, and the new terminology we have, which is Copilot PC. What is Copilot PC? We would call a PC if it matches all the requirement of Copilot PC. I'm sure you may have heard about NPU. If a PC has a built-in NPU, minimum of 40 TOPS, with 256 GB of SSD storage, 16 GB of RAM, with built-in security processor chip, which is a Microsoft designed Pluton processor chip, which gives you a highest level of security for your data. And how we can run certain offline applications on the edge computing using Copilot PCs. Like recall feature. If you are browsing something over the computer, and after some time, after a week's time, if you want to, explore those websites, what you browse during couple of, weeks back, you can use recall feature. As other fellows mentioned that it has built-in MEP Studio Fact, which can help you to stay productive during your Teams meetings, be focused in your Teams meetings with noise cancellation. Right? And this is, quick summary about Copilot PCs. So let me recap what we, discussed about. The Windows is reaching to its end of support by 14th of October, 2025. What is our plan? What is our strategy about Windows 11 migration and upgradation? Since it's absolutely free of charge upgradation to Windows 11 Pro operating system from Windows 10 to Windows 11 Pro. And other productivity suite we have, which is Copilot 365, which integrates with Microsoft 365 applications, can help you to stay productive and stay, focused at your workplace. You can craft PowerPoint presentations. You may get analytics for any data you have in the Microsoft Excel. And you can draft your emails using Copilot in Outlook. You may get summary for your unattended Teams meetings. You can get, craft your layouts, your documents. You can set tone for your content. You can reduce lengthy documents. You can compare two documents. You can summarize 1,000-page document, 800 pages documents within a minute's of time in bullet points. Since Copilot understands step-by-step instructions, if you want to put a particular prompt to Copilot, it will help you to, suggest next prompt for you. And all is within a secured environment. As I said, it comes under as an GDPR rule. It supports enterprise data productions, and it requires to connect with your work account, which is a Entra ID accounts. That means industries worldwide rely on Windows operating system environment. And people already using Microsoft 365 solutions. So it integrates with Microsoft existing Microsoft solutions like Microsoft 365, Microsoft Exchange, Microsoft Teams. Any questions so far? So I'll not take much of your time. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience and time.
One. Thank you so much, sir. And now there is something really exciting for all of us. So I would like to invite Mr. Loganathan and our HP team on the floor because they have something really special to reveal right here in front of you people and in front of you from Coimbatore. So are you all a little excited about it? I've created a little suspense. So is anybody excited? Nobody is excited. Really? Come on, we really want to see some excitement. Sir is saying after revealing, everybody is going to be very excited. Can you show a little excitement with a huge round of applause for the HP team? Come on, everybody.
Yeah, sir, good evening. We will not take much of our time. But see, what will happen is like this kind of meetings, we'll say that, sir, you're coming, doing 6 months once in a meeting, you are showing so many solutions, you are showing so many demos and other things, which is very important for us. But our requirement comes in between interim. So how do we get it? Whom to approach? So what is the solution which we are going to do? Yeah. So just stop it. So what is that, how the continuity will go on? So that is the question most of the people will have in any of our meetings. Or we have to give some contact points, whom you can reach, and how do I get a demo through a partner, through my team of people who are there across. So all those doubts will be there in your minds. So before I get into that answer for that, Deepak is based out of Coimbatore. He is my end customer champion across. There he is based out of Coimbatore. John heads my end customer business for Tamil Nadu. And Karthik is a print specialist. And Arnab is my overall channel specialist across. So then I have my supplies team also. I think PK will be there, Pune Kodi. And I think Raj will also be there across. So we have one HP, one endpoint across from the machine to final, even a small thing also, we cover it across for HP. That's the way which we do. And so what we are trying to do is, we have, HP has launched a HP Connect Center. What is HP Connect Center? Because this is a new concept. Worldwide, India, we are trying it across in this country. And this is the second center. We have almost shortlisted 10 HP Connect Centers in India. Out of that, the first center in South India, we have opened in Cochin. Second, we have plans across with Chennai and Coimbatore. So this is this thing, what we have in the store, which is very, very important, what we should know. So as a commercial product, you will have all the range of products which is there. Anyway, it is mandatory for us. And it is not a retail center anymore. There is no sales across in terms of things like a retail walk-ins and all we are not expecting. This is a pure commercial HP Connect store, where you will have a range of all the products across whatever we are dealing with it. It will be there on the display. Plus, if you see that there are almost like 6 or 7 solutions which we displayed here. My request would be like, please spend some time on it and maybe like you can understand that. Whatever solutions we are seeing it today, all the solutions will be there in the store. Because as a end customer for us, as our premium customers, privileged customers, you would like to see how it is working, how it is operating. So in that case, you will have a visibility to all the solutions what we discussed now, and in futuristic solutions what is going to come, and industry-based solutions what is going to be there in operational across. So all those things we are trying to incorporate into in one point things, and whichever companies, organizations are interested, we will be calling you, we will be inviting you, you can just rush through it. So inviting you for the solutions across, and you can fix an appointment with our center head. Center head will be there inside where he or she can be taking through the solutions, and there will be one person who can come to your organization and also we can explain you across. This is a center based, we want to have a clarity, we want to give you the perfect kind of a demos and solutions for your organizations. That's the thing. This is a very, very innovative, highly innovative things which we are doing it in Coimbatore, and almost like we have a, just go through it, you can have a rush through. How many images? Just go through it. This is a glimpse of our showrooms, how it is going to be like that. And mostly we have identified a spot like Papnak and Palayan. Rajini sir is there here somewhere? Oh, there. Yeah, please. So we're just opening the first store. It's a HP Connect Center is the name, HP Growth Solutions across there. So we have a servicing alliance partner with us with the Microsystem. Will be the partner for this solutions across. So this is an innovative kind of first kind of things across. We are doing it in Coimbatore. Coimbatore is very close to our heart. Whatever we implement in Tamil Nadu, Chennai and Coimbatore is the place where we do the first things across. The country also, people are investing it heavily into the cities where we are close to us, where we see the growth across there. That's the thing. And so we are planning to open it by May 2nd week. You all people will be getting an invitation. Please leisurely, you can come down, walk into our showrooms across and have your complete experience, rather than we are able to engage with you for the last 2 hours, which was very useful to all of us, I hope. And you can see the real solutions whenever you have time as per your convenience. We will invite all of you. Is there anything you want to say?
Hello, good evening. Thank you for coming here. I think a lot of known faces. You've taken time to come here, and this HP Connect Experience Center is purely to port applications from multiple facets to ensure that we deliver the best experience to you all. So I would like to introduce Satish, Bashir and Adinarayan, who are our customer faces, so that they will also be happy to connect with you forward. And once the center is ready, we would like to have you all over there, experience those applications and give you a feedback for us to improve a lot, whatever we could do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So can we give a huge round of applause once again to our HP team? Okay, moving forward, I just need 1 minute of your time, final 1 minute. You guys have all of the batches. Can you just scan the QR code which is behind that? We would love to hear from you. It's basically like a feedback form. So if you are going to be suggesting us new ways, we are going to be able to curate better experiences for you in the future. So it's going to be lovely if you can just spend 1 more minute and fill in the feedback form. It's on the screen as well if somebody needs it. Okay, so a lot of people have already filled in the forms. I request you all, if you want to see any of the products, they're all right here. We have our solution experts right here. So you can come and have a closer view of all of the products right here and can understand better with the HP team. So we will open the session now. It's end of the conference, the session. But for sure, it's time for some networking. And we're also going to be opening the dinner very soon. So you can definitely come and have a closer view at the products. We have the solution experts right here. They're going to guide you through it. Anybody can start coming if you want to. You can just come and have a closer view at the products and everything. That is it. We are going to call it an evening. I hope it was an eye-opening evening for everybody. And we would love to see you in the future as well. Thank you so much for being an amazing, amazing audience.